Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thanking everybody for rocking with us as we produce this fabulous show here. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. If you want to be part of tonight's discussion, call us at 804-402-2893. That's the number to dial to be a part of the discussion. Thanking everybody for rocking with us. Of course, checked in the last segment. I didn't get his comment until a minute ago, but our brother Hakeem is checking us out. He's saying what's up to yours truly as well as the entire crew. So he wants to make sure he wants to make sure that SY knows that he checked in as well. He's enjoying the discussion. So I want to kind of transition the discussion from the political aspect to a little bit more social stuff. We know, well, I don't know that I should say we know. I know that a couple of weeks ago, and I think this came out during a period when we weren't actually live. I think right when this actually happened, it was during the 4th of July. I think it was during that period. And we also had another show that was pre-recorded. So we had 2 full weeks earlier this month, or else we would have gotten to this story. But two athletes came out. One was former Houston Rocket Kenny Smith, who came out and suggested that pro athletes should donate a portion of, particularly the black ones, should donate a portion of their salaries to civil and social organizations to help build our communities. We also know that New York Knicks Carmelo Anthony was visibly outraged, as many of us were, because of the shootings that we saw. The one that sparked his comments was the Alton Sterling, which, of course, we know a day or two later we lost Philando Castile. Both were killed by the police. And Carmelo Anthony suggested that we need to do more as well, particularly them as athletes need to do more. Now, the reason why I bring that up is today it was announced that Michael Jordan, basketball legend, some would argue that he's the greatest basketball player in the history of basketball. He has come out and said that he can no longer stay silent about what's going on. I'm getting this article from NBC News, but it's all over the national web. He has a quote that apparently he said that Republicans buy sneakers too. Who knows if he actually did say that, but he has come out and donated money to the NAACP, and he also has donated money to a police organization. He's got a quote here. "I was raised by parents who taught me to love and respect people regardless of their race and background, so I am saddened and frustrated by divisive rhetoric and racial tensions that seem to be getting worse as of late. I know this country is better than that, and I can no longer stay silent." He continues, "We need to find solutions that ensure people of color receive fair and equal treatment, and that police officers who put their lives on the line every day to protect us all are respected and supported." Of course, we know who Michael Jordan is. Again, I keep alluding to that because if you know me, you know that I've been hard on MJ. He continues, we are privileged to live in the world's greatest country, a country that's provided my family and me the greatest of opportunities. The problems we face didn't happen overnight. They won't be solved tomorrow, but if we work together, we can foster greater understanding. There's a whole lot more here. But in his statement, he says that his donation to the newly established Institute for Community Police Relations, which launched in May to execute recommendations made in the report of the President's Task Force on 21st Century Policing. He donated $1 million to them and $1 million to the NAACP. And so I want to talk about it. April, you giving me the most visual response based on the look on your face. So I between you and Ty, I don't know. But ladies first, what you got? Michael Jordan.
I'm not going to say too little too late, because is he a billionaire? I mean, he has funds. I liked Michael Jordan in the day. He has disappointed me on so many levels since he retired the second time. I mean, can you donate to the Boys and Girls Club? Can you donate some time? And what has taken so long? You know, you've been afforded all of these great opportunities, but what has taken you so long to do anything, to say anything? You know, and, you know, money is great, but I like the footwork. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's the educator in me. You know, you can send me some money, but are you going to volunteer? Are you going to stand with Carmelo and Chris Paul and Dwayne Wade at the ESPYs? No, you're not. Right. Are you going to get your hands dirty? Right. I can pass money all day long, but are you going to get your hands dirty? Are you going to say, you know, we need to not just address this issue, but all of the social issues that's in the black community? Mm-hmm. You know, or are you so far removed, OJ, that you don't see it? You know what I mean? You're a billionaire. If we never buy another Jordan sneaker, that man is fine.
Well, wait a minute now, because he don't care if you buy them sneakers, because he ain't changing his prices or nothing.
He hasn't even changed the design.
He don't care what you do as long as you buy them shoes.
But I mean,
and them underwear.
I want to see more. I want to see more. You know, I feel
not
like
impressed. He should have.
I want to see more. He has the means to do so much more.
Shout out to our sister Michelle K checking in.
What up, Michelle?
Michelle K is checking in. Ty, jump in, bro.
Well, I've been hard on Mike too, Michael. So don't you're not by yourself, bro. I'm with April P. Where's the footwork? Where's putting your money where your mouth is? Since you said you're not gonna say too little, too late. Well, I say it for you. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when Jay-Z put out Minority Report. Too much, too little, too late. The same deal goes here with Michael. Too much, too little, too late. You've had your opportunities ever since even the whole thing popped off with Rodney King till right now. A lot of this stuff been going on. So now you decide you just want to go ahead and donate some money. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. That's good for politics. That's good for your political stance.
I want to know what changed his heart. What changed his feelings that he decided
I'm with that too, S.Y. What automatically changed you from... Because I don't believe you got enough off your arrogance.
Yeah,
no.
He's still
not overnight.
He is still on that pedestal. Something's up.
So
what you got, Diva?
Go ahead.
I was just wondering the same thing, and I was wondering if maybe because he's had so much dirt thrown on his name, you know, because people have addressed him as, you know, just being a capitalist, taking all the money out of the black community and not giving back. Is that the reason why this is kind of a way to fix your name? For people to, you know, be on your side again, and to say that you are, you know, standing up for the community instead of taking from the community. Yeah. So, you know, that's what I'm wondering. Are you doing this for good PR?
Right.
And I will say this, for me, it can't be one donation. Like, if this is not the beginning of a new pattern, then whatever.
Right.
You with your last comment, you stole a little bit of my thunder there. April, no, it's good. I'm glad you did. Let me get some of these comments in, and then I'll go ahead and then thump. My brother B is checking in. He says that he loves it. He's helping in a big way. Community policing is a huge tool for policing the public. It can break down barriers. He says he's seen it personally. Our sister Vicky J is the host of the Woke Squad, heard live. In podcast form, rather, on Friday nights right here on Legacy Internet Radio. Dynamic sister, dynamic show. And her comment is that all lives matter statement can stay with them. She wishes that he had just said nothing. And she wonders if his sales are dropping. That's the reason why he's doing this. Let's see. Ted says... Michael Jordan is a joke. We got to be speaking out because there's some money involved. Since when has he spoken out and tried to help his own? This is a man that said he don't care about black kids killing each other over his sneakers because he make them for rich white kids anyway. I don't remember ever hearing him say that. But
I do.
But fair enough. He supported racist Republican candidate. I don't know that I would say racist Republican. I would say racist person who happens to be a Republican, but that's his statement. Being dark-skinned don't make you black. And he said that Michael Jordan is Uncle Tom. So Ted is not very happy with Michael Jordan. Here's what I'll say to it. And Hakeem, you and I talked a little bit about this early on. I encourage you to hit me back if you want to get a comment in on this one. I mentioned that my opinion on this might surprise some, but I'm actually very happy about this. And I'm not going to be as hard on MJ as you guys are. Here's why. At some point, we have to allow a person to do, even if we expected them to do sooner. Like when you said, April, how I mentioned you stole a little bit of my thunder. If this is something that becomes a recurring theme, then I'm going to be willing to let off the reins on a guy like Michael Jordan. If it's just a $2 million donation and we never hear of anything again, then you'll hear me back on here jumping on Michael Jordan again. But I think that we should give him the benefit of the doubt. And see, here's the other thing that I know, that athletes and stars and people with tons of money oftentimes give money all the time and you never see it. You just don't see it. Like, I know that I give money away all the time and you never see it. You won't see it unless I tell you. And I don't seek credit. I don't do it because I want credit. I do it because that's what's in my spirit. And so I'm guessing that that's what they, like Beyonce, for example, has built up whole neighborhoods in Houston. You'll never know it unless you know it, unless you stumble upon that information. And, you know, I don't know of any specific things that Michael Jordan has done, but my guess is he probably has done some stuff that we just don't know about. My deal has always been, I'm very public about me supporting you. When I get into conversations about music with Ty Cool, I'm like, yo, the Black Album was the dopest Jay-Z album. And he'll say, no, it was Reasonable Doubt. And the next thing you know, we saying it on the mic, people hearing it. They're getting free plug.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If I walk in this room and I'm rocking a pair of Jordans, everybody see me, because you ain't rocking a pair of Jordans unless you fly. You got to be fly if you rocking a pair of Jordans. Mm-hmm. And so everybody see me fly. Everybody see me rocking my Jordans. And so they getting free pub off of me. Mm-hmm. And off of Ty and off of anybody else that's talking. And so if I'm giving you free pub, then you can show me that you care enough for me and you care enough for the hood, where you gonna go and you gonna write a check in front of everybody, let everybody see you doing it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because people are followers.
Right.
And if Michael Jordan does it, now Dominique Wilkins be like, well, shoot, he ain't gonna top me. The next thing you know, Dominique's writing the check.
So do we look for Tiger Woods, or do we just say forget it?
I mean, you know, I'm guessing your tongue is in your cheek when you say it, but I mean, it really has to be within a person's spirit. Like Michael Jordan, for example, he also alludes to how he lost his father to violence. Right. You know what I mean? And that's something that obviously affected him. Yeah. You know, Bill Cosby lost his son to violence. Mm-hmm. You know, and you can argue that Bill Cosby got into a whole lot of trouble when he started trying to empower black people publicly, beyond just doing his donations to Temple and stuff like that. We got 30-year-old rape allegations that all of a sudden came out of no place. And you can charge him off for something from happened 30 years ago, but you don't know what happened in a police video where you seeing somebody get shot. You got to have an investigation for that, right?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, that I'll digress on that piece. I just wanted to kind of have my little soapbox moment. Ain't no how Steppin, Marcus J. live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial. I could wait to tell this next story, Diva. I want you in on this one first. For the first time on the show, you might hear me cuss. Nah, ain't the first time. I cuss all the time.
No, it ain't. It's not.
You have certain plug words.
But there's certain buzzwords I won't say. But Stevie Wonder said it.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder said he don't give a if people don't agree with Black Lives Matter. He was performing at the British Summertime Festival this past week. Took a moment to let the 65,000 people plus crowd know how he felt about Black Lives Matter. Quote, I encourage you to choose love over hate. It's just that simple, he told the mostly white audience. Choose love over hate, right over wrong, kindness over meanness, hope over no hope at all. Which brings me to another point. Yes, all lives matter, but the reason I say Black Lives Matter is because we are the original people of the world. So in essence, everybody here has some black in you. And for those of you who don't agree with me, I love you, but I don't give a fuck. Oh. That's what he said. And so, hey, man. Hey, for the purpose of keeping it, you know, I don't use that word on the show, but for the purpose of keeping it in context, I needed to say that. And so I want to talk about it, Diva. You up first. Stevie Wonder told 65,000 white people.
He doesn't give a F.
Yeah, man. No, we don't have to say it again. We ain't got to say it. We ain't got to say it again. But we said it. We got it in context. So what you think?
That was bold, Stevie. I mean, I respect him for it, though. I respect him. He's being straightforward. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about money, obviously, because he said it in front of all those white folks. So,
Right.
you know, he doesn't.
We're paid for.
But
Yeah,
right.
he's going to have future concerts. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't care if that affects that.
But you know the piece, I'm going to tell you, the piece, Ty, the piece, Ty, that got me more than I don't give a F
We're right here to say it.
is the fact that he said we are the original people.
Oh yeah,
Right.
That's the
Yes.
I don't care because I've told people
Like,
to their
just so
face that
you
I don't
know.
care.
Just so you
Just
know.
so you know,
Don't get it
Don't get it twisted.
we the original.
Right.
So you caught that.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
my point. You
Say,
stole my thunder.
That's why I stole your thunder.
Okay.
Return the
That's my
favor.
point.
Say again.
said, I can't see, but I know.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Took me a minute to get that. Did you just take a shot at Stevie? Yeah. Ty, what you think, man?
Man, I love it. I mean, if anybody, and y'all probably can pick it back off this. Any and everybody that knows anything about Stevie Wonder knows that Stevie, through music and through action, Stevie has always been on the front line.
Right.
And he's always pointed that out.
Right.
And he made it clear. I want to say about 30 years ago, I saw something where he was speaking and he just said something along the lines about if America's so great. I forgot exactly what he said, but he put it to task about making America great again, even back in the 80s when they called themselves talking about this. So to fast forward and hear this is basically solidified a whole lot of what he's been saying, period. Yeah. Not just through song, but even in speaking. Stevie, right on time. It was right on time and right on point.
The last thing I want to get to in this segment is the WNBA. And we don't talk much about the WNBA. We don't talk much about sports on the show any longer. When April joined us back in the day, we used to talk sports all the time. But the Black Lives Matter situation with the WNBA, we know that the NBA players were wearing I Can't Breathe shirts.
Right.
And we talked about that here on this show. The WNBA team, the New York Liberty, of which I'm a fan of. I've been a fan of that team for 20 years since they've been on.
Yeah.
They have fined and then rescinded the fine for the players wearing Black Lives Matter T-shirts. Now, you have some folks that'll look at it and they'll say they were outside of dress code. That's why they were fined. You'll have other folks that'll say they were making a social statement that their male counterparts had done in a similar way,
Right.
and they weren't penalized.
Right.
April, I want you to take the first word on this.
I am very proud of what they did. If I'm not mistaken, it was more than once. Am I wrong?
The New York Liberty was the
more
main
than one
team that
team?
did it,
Okay.
but there were a couple of teams that followed their lead.
Okay. I am extremely proud. Number one, they got me interested in the WNBA because I don't watch it for anything. But I'm just really proud that they held their stand. You know, even getting fined, they held their ground. And it's something that just needs to be done. Like, I think people need organizations, top organizations, multi-billion dollar organizations like your professional sports organizations. You just have to understand that your organization is made of people.
Right.
It's not made of the dollar that you spend or you negotiate through your contract. They are made of people. They are part of society. They have feelings, and you have to allow them that chance. You know, as an educator, I still get to put my little oomph in my history lessons.
Right.
You know, when Muhammad Ali passed away, we watched Mike Tyson fights and Muhammad Ali fights, and we was like, okay, so who would win?
Right.
Compare and contrast their fighting styles. Like, you're not going to deny me the right to teach my kids about Muhammad Ali.
So you didn't
see
teach
what
your kids that black slaves were indentured servants who wanted to work? You didn't teach them
When my
that?
daughter brought that crap home.
She's fired.
right. I'm gonna leave it at that. I just got a new job. I'm gonna leave it at that. Indentured
service,
How many were
man.
indentured?
Yeah, they taking the N-word out of Huckleberry Finn so that they can soften it, so that
But-
100
but-
years from now,
but
they won't seem so bad.
Right, but you know, my original point is that we have to remember that these organizations are made out of people,
Right.
and sometimes your human side, who you are as a person, it tops any dollar.
Right.
You know, if I'm making millions and you're going to find me thousands, take your money, because my point is more important.
Right.
So
right. There's a lot.
I strongly commend them.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of areas, and we got to move towards a break because we're going to be losing April here in a minute. But there's a lot of Black Lives Matter backlash popping up in the news, and just two that I'll share real quick. One. Did anybody see the lawyer who got sentenced to 5 days in jail because she got found to be in contempt of court because she refused to take off what do you call a lapel pin that said Black Lives Matter? So the judge held her in contempt, and she continued to refuse. So he sentenced her to 5 days in jail. Yeah. I think it ended up being suspended, but
yeah, she didn't serve.
She didn't serve the time. And then there was a situation at a law school, and I can't remember it off the dome, but it's on my Facebook page. So if y'all on Facebook Live, or if y'all listening right now, go to my Facebook page where some students anonymously wrote a letter to a teacher, or a professor rather, at a law school. They were unhappy that that professor wore a Black Lives Matter shirt on campus. So they basically went in on her, trying to get her to not wear it again and tell her how wrong she was for doing it. And she proceeded to reply to their 2-page letter with a 6-page letter that basically broke down their argument legally and where they were completely wrong. And then she broke down how they actually wrote the letter with legibility issues and grammar and all of that kind of stuff. She put them in their place. But the point is, Black Lives Matter is definitely raising some flags for a lot of people, and I think we need to have a lot more discussion on it. Last thing, Ted says that he agrees with Stevie 1,000,000%, and he has the utmost respect for him actually saying it out loud. He's a role model that our people need to be like. Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. We're losing our sister April P, but it's been absolute wonder and a pleasure to have you back at your home on Ain't No Half Steppin' Marcus J, live from the Den of Legacy Internet Radio. If you remember how we used to do it, we still do it the same way. Everybody ends with a rant or a closing. If you don't have one, that's fine. But whatever final thing you'd like to say, the floor is yours.
First of all, just thank you for having me back. It has been about, 10 years.
3.5.
10 years.
3.5.
I don't know.
Almost 4.
It will not be another 3.5 years. So thank you for having me back. I appreciate the platform. I was so, enraged with everything that had been going on the past couple of weeks that I had to hit Marcus up like, yo, I need to come back. We need to talk. So I thank you again for having me back, leaving your door open. I really appreciate it. To everyone out there, just stay conscious. Stay active. If you're not active, get active. You know, sometimes for me, I use the excuse, and it is an excuse, that, hey, I teach in the hood. I do my service, but it's so much more than that. So just get active. Stay active if you already are. Stay conscious. And don't let anyone, if you're a supporter of Black Lives Matter, please don't let anyone tell you you should not be. Please don't let someone of another persuasion try to convince you it's a terrorist group or any of that nonsense, because all I'm hearing in my mind right now is public enemy, fear of a black planet. And that's really what it's all about. You're about the 10th
person I know that has said that. Absolutely.
Everybody, keep your head up, protect your boys and your girls, because, and everything that has been going on, so it seems like we've forgotten Sandra Bland, but protect your boys and your girls. I love you guys. I'll see you
soon.
2 years? No, I'm playing.
Soon. Ain't No Half Steppin' Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Dating Pool Divas got the show. We're going to the Diva Diaries, and knowing her, there might be some fighting. Hopefully it's not. It's going to be some love. I got Big Sis. I got the Dating Pool Diva. I got Ty Cool. We got the returning sister, April P. And yours truly. Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J. Be back in a few.